There's a lot of content that we can watch about how to invest your millions, which is great if you've got millions. But what if you don't have $1 million to invest? So what's a beginner to do? How do we start forging the money habits now that will still work in years to come when the big bucks start rolling in? Welcome to my graceful channel. Today I'm joined by... She's gonna steal the show, we know this. I'm at the Rocks and Sydney's done fairly well despite the years that have passed. One of the indicators being the rental and property prices here, which is still pretty ridiculous. Today I'm going to chat about one of my favorite topics, money. You don't have 5 houses to rent out, you don't earn $10,000 a month in passive income, earning it from whatever sells well, nudes. A lot of us grew up with all financial advice aside from things like So today I'll be sharing my top 3 game changers that have worked for me in setting yourself up for the right attitude for financial freedom. Number 1, know your freedom number. Math is not exactly everyone's favorite topic at school, but it became really exciting for me once I discovered that it equates to your freedom. And I think you'll love it too once you figure out how to use math to find your financial freedom number. Here's how it works. How much do you cost to run? It's a bit like a car. How much does it cost to fill up your tank each week? How much does it cost to garage you? How much does it cost to wash and polish you? What about repairs and maintenance? We're talking bare essentials here. We're not splurging on any trends, not buying gifts for your family and friends. This is just the cost of running you. Let's do the maths together. So rounding it up, being a little bit more conservative, let's say my magical number is $2,000 per month. Once you do the maths for how much it costs to run you, then you're able to see what your financial freedom number is. That is the amount that you'll need to replace your day job, your employee income by each month. This means that effectively, if you're able to replace this number per month, not coming from your earned income, your employee income, you could quit your day job. But it means you wouldn't have any play money or travel money or donation money, or really importantly, investment money. So you want to do the maths in a more generous way. That's just a little bit more than your cost to run number. That way you've got money to invest, to splurge, to travel, to spend on other things other than the basics. One quick way to find out your current spending habits is to add up all of your bills for the last 90 days and then divide them by 3 to get your monthly average cost that you're currently spending in life. If you're finding this helpful, I'd appreciate a like or subscribe. It helps the YouTube algorithm. Thank you. Which brings me to point number 2. Make your money your employee. Money loves to work. Money loves to be used. Little minions running around the economy, bringing back the money to you. Oh, that's great. What do you do with that extra money that's not just covering the cost of your existence? I put every single dollar that doesn't cover the cost of running me into assets that pay me money. For example, real estate, stocks or shares, business, and of course the number 1 asset, which is yourself. Some of these investments are going to involve a higher risk. You can speak to your financial advisor about this, but things like the stock market, it's going to go up and down. You've got no control over this. And of course you can do the conservative stock market strategy like Warren Buffett, buy the S&P 500 and then sit back and wait a few decades, but I like things that pay me money every month. One of my favorite assets are those that you can create for free. And you can do it right now. Digital assets, things like online courses, ebooks, digital art. And the question to ask when you start creating your digital assets is not what can make me the most money in the shortest space of time, but what do people need help with? How can I help others with what I know? Relying on just one stream of income, your employment income, is taking a huge risk. It's like being a YouTube influencer and only relying on people making offers to plug their brand or product. What if that month you go dry, you don't have any offers coming in? You don't want to be relying on just one thing. Have multiple streams of income. Yes, have your day job, also have a side hustle, also have multiple streams of incomes from your digital assets that you've created. I like to invest in things that have interest or pay dividends of at least 4% because last year I also tried out an app for the first time that uses your spare change and puts it into the stock market, and you can choose what kind of an investment profile that you want. So I went, of course, high growth, maximize it. So this little app is an Aussie app. It's called Raise. I have made money with it. The company behind Raise is legit. They're registered with ASIC, so you don't have to worry about some dodgy fly-by-nighter app that only works for USA residents, and then suddenly you don't have an account anymore and you're wondering, not that I've had that experience, thank goodness. So I've had such a positive experience with Raise. I'm making money with it, so I keep using it. If the stock market interests you, but you don't have a lot of money to throw into it, you want to start small, and just check it out and find out. I think this app is amazing. I popped a link below. It's easy to start an account and you get a free $5 for beginning. I think most of us don't want to have to work a day job for money. So what I've also had to learn is real estate investing. But it's a whole other thing to learn about real estate, what to invest in, what you need to set up first, like the entities you need to set up before you can start investing. So that topic I'll leave for a whole other video. Let me know in the comments if you would like to see a video about real estate investing when you don't have a deposit for a house, and also if you don't have a whole heap of money to invest. There are ways to get into real estate investing without having a whole pile of money when you're first starting out. Point number 3, a 9-to-5 job is not the problem. There seems to be a lot of hate being thrown around about being an employee, about having a job. But being an employee doesn't mean you're trapped. Of course we want to move in the direction of a better life, but I found that being unappreciative of where I am now and hating on where I am and feeling like I'm stuck and I have to have a job, and it really doesn't help you go in the direction of where you want to go, and it really sucks. It feels like crap to be miserable about where you're at now. So I think it slows down the whole process. You have to find a way of enjoying where you're at now and using it to your advantage. Having a job and having an initial way of supporting yourself is a gift. You don't have to go to work. You get to go to work. Jobs can teach amazing skills. You get to learn about the business strategy, watching a business going through the stumbling blocks before you have to do it. So take notice of what's working in the current business that you're in. And here are some questions that you might want to ask. How does your boss or the business you work for get clients? How are they doing their marketing and what's working? Who helps bring money into the business and what skills can you learn from them? And super importantly, having a job puts you in contact with other humans. This is your network. These are people who could potentially be your future clients. I did that with my voiceover work. I found clients through the law firms I was working for. Have you got some graphic design interests and maybe you've started your skill sets? Maybe you could offer help in the marketing team within your business and upskill that way. I want to pick up the cat and use her as a tool. I hope you found this helpful. Feel free to share your experiences and your financial freedom in the comments below, because you don't know that what you might have to share will actually help somebody else in our community, and that would be great. Thank you so much for joining me.